Hello and welcome to Topham Chat's show. I chat to various members of the Rooster Teeth community. My guest, yet again, is KillerKel. Hey man, how's it going?
Hey Top, I'm doing fine. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's been a long week. I took a trip to
Hmm.
the Netherlands with work, and yeah, there's been things about it that have been playing on my mind since I went because it was a
Yeah,
trip for work. It was 3 days of intense meetings where not much was achieved, and it could have
of course.
gone better. But
Hmm.
it's one of those things. You've got a conference to go to,
Yeah,
and the work needs to get done. And I don't know. It was kind of eye opening as to the state the bigger business that I belong to is in.
yeah.
And that situation's not great. I'll say that. It could be better.
So
So
reassuring.
yeah, I know. It's like so reassuring. And then it
Yeah.
also made me realize that I have a lot of work to do and I
Mm.
need to learn so much stuff that I need to really. I've got a lot more responsibility than I think I do. So it's kind of made me go, oh, I've got to learn so much stuff and
Yeah.
just get ready to really embrace the job that I'm supposed to be doing. So it's kind of eye opening,
Yeah,
but
man.
that's okay.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah. No,
yeah.
I remember I read one of your posts about it, and
Hmm.
you were talking about how you just like you saw that you had like there were like so many places you could go and everything. I was like, yeah, Top.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, I've been put on a different like global team as well,
Mm.
and I went over there and saw the labs that they have there, and it made me question why I was on that team. I'm just like I don't feel like I should be on this team. Some of the people here should be on that team because we're under the
Mm.
same division, and I was just like, oh, now that's even more pressure because they're probably better at what they do than I am at everything in general. So I was like, I've got to figure it out, but you know, it's stuff I've got to learn, stuff I've
Yeah.
well, it's places I can expand and learn on and go forwards with, which is always good. So it
Exactly.
can always be better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what I've been focusing on. How are you? How have you what have you been up to in
Oh
general?
man. What have I been up to, Top? What have I been
Mm-hmm.
up to? Well, first off, there's GGG stuff. So that's
Yeah.
like that's one of the many things. We've put up the channel within the past few weeks, and we've actually
Hmm.
been putting stuff on it
Nice.
consistently. Up until this past week, it's been Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every one of those days, we've had something up.
Yep.
This past week, we unfortunately missed a day just because of audio problems with a podcast. So that's been a thing,
Ah.
but it's okay. It's something that I'm working on, and it should be done very, very, very soon, as in today soon,
Ah.
because finally working out. Aside from that, though, running the normal GGG stuff, so all the events and everything like that, we've
Hmm.
been planning our meetup, which, interesting enough, turned into like a international event.
Yeah.
So that's always fun.
Cool.
Uh,
Is that the one in like June?
yeah, it's the one in the summer. So yeah,
Awesome.
that's a good time. And then aside from those things, I'm doing my work with Big Bite still,
Oh, nice.
and they, while I'm here, they have recently put out their like art of the week sort of thing, like art Fridays, which we are actually working in combination with Rooster Teeth with, and that's like
Hmm.
really awesome. You
Yeah,
guys
the
should all go
Fan
check that
Art
out. Yeah,
Fridays.
Fan Art Fridays. And it's
Yeah,
really, really
first
cool.
week, which
Yeah.
was I guess 2 days ago as of recording, was Naomi C or
Hmm.
Naomi. I can't say her surname, but I spent a bunch of time with her at RTX as well, just chilling out because she was like, "I don't know what I'm doing." I was like, "I don't know what you're doing either." Ah! So we played like a bunch of arcade games in Buffalo Billiards as well, and like
Yeah.
hung out there. That was really cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, she's like ridiculously talented.
Yeah, she
She's
is. She is. She's one
so
of the
good at
many. Yeah.
making. Yeah, she's so good at making things as well, like
Hmm.
making physical props and things like that.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. That's one of the reasons she gets so much attention is
Hmm.
that she can just be like, "Oh, I thought of this," and she made like the cans of dude soup for
Yeah.
finance and things like that. It's like, oh my
She's
god,
very craftsy as well. Yes.
yes. So, yeah. So
Well,
yeah.
yeah. So, Naomi, if you're listening to this, congratulations, and you're super awesome. And if anyone here is not Naomi, which I'm assuming most of you are, you, even if you have minimal artistic talent, should go submit things in the art thread, and you might be on the front page of roosterteeth.com. And that would be
Woo!
really cool for you since you're probably listening to this since you're part of the website. So there you go.
Yeah.
You know what's happened? You should even do some art thing and submit it
Oh
to
my
me in
god,
the
have you seen my drawings?
No, but I would love to.
Oh my god, it's stick figures everywhere.
I know, but they're the
Yes.
best though. Stick figures are the best. They have like
Oh
this
my!
classic
I've
thing
just
to
had
it.
I've just had a brilliant idea. I'll save it for later. I'll write it
Okay,
down somewhere.
good,
and be
good,
like, oh
good.
yeah, this is great.
No one can steal it.
Anyway, speaking of ideas,
Yes.
like I've been thinking throughout the last week and a half, 2 weeks
Yes.
about setting up a D&D campaign.
I remember this.
And I've been thinking, oh yeah, I want to make it like episodic so we can play one episode a month. And just slowly make progress. I'm trying to figure out how to do it, and I'm like, okay, I've got a bunch of ideas. I've so far got like 5 or 6 ideas that I could make into like full episodes.
Yeah.
And it'd be like heavily influenced by like a TV show. Like in this episode, our heroes go and do this, and like try to set it up to keep it short, between 2 and 3 hours long, which is roughly what I'd be aiming for. But you've got to make sure that everything's paced correctly. So I've only just started trying to figure it all out. Yeah. And then I was trying to explain, when I was chatting to Rachel yesterday, I was trying to explain to her like a chest that I have set up. So if I say to you, oh, you go into the room and there's a chest, what do you do? The first thing you would say would probably be...
to open it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't want that to happen, because to open it, it's going to be a trap chest.
Of course.
So... I don't want them to immediately go in, fall into a trap, and it be, oh no, things have gone badly. Actually, I want it to be a mimic, like from Dark Souls. Or
that'd be amazing,
like
yes.
That. Yeah, so you've got a chest that will try and attack, grow arms and legs and attack. But I don't want that to be the first thing that they do. So I'm trying to obfuscate the way that they'd approach the chest. But I'm trying to keep the description to as fewer lines as possible. So it's really difficult trying to set it up. So I say, oh, okay, so on the chest you can see a keyhole, and attached in front of it is a ring that's attached with a key on it. And then they'll be like, okay, I'll try and put the key in the keyhole. And then it's like, okay, because of the way it's set up and the fact that keys don't bend, it doesn't reach and fit in. I want them to try and open the chest, but I don't want it to be the first thing that they do. So I'm trying to... Because here's the thing. It's not going to be locked because it's a monster.
Yeah.
So they can try and put the key in and be like, oh, I don't know what to do. But I don't want them to get discouraged. But at the same time, I want them to open the chest and then find out, oh, no, it's a monster. And then try and handle that situation. So it's very particular in, like, I'm trying to figure out a way to describe it succinctly and convey the message, but also make them think, oh, we could just try and open it, but that not necessarily be the first thought that they have.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, it's kind of trying to, it's difficult to try and think that way. But, you know, it's one of those things, like, that's just a tiny detail in this quest. Actually, that's the final part of one of the episodes I'm planning, so I'm just like, I just can't, I'm just trying to get it to work in my head and, yeah, make it across. But, like, that's the kind of detail I'm trying to go into it. Yeah. But at the same time, I've got to try and figure out what I'm doing. I'm going to try and, like, pace different episodes differently. So, like, one episode's going to be, like, all combat, like, really easy combats for like, 2 hours. And, and then another one's going to be full of puzzle rooms with the mimic chest at the end. Actually, that wants to be, like, 2 episodes worth of stuff to do. And, like, thinking of, like, different puzzles and ways to do things. And then I thought of an idea... I don't know whether to share this idea, actually, because this is a good one. I'll probably keep this one, actually. But there's a place where they've got a king, and it seems a bit suspect what's going on. And I'm just like, yes. This is going to be fun. But yeah, it's been a while since I played D&D as well, because I've had like 2 weeks off from my other campaign, and our campaign's probably been on hiatus for like 4 weeks at the moment.
Yeah, it's I think the longest bout that we've had. Yeah,
just because Dom's been moving. But hopefully we'll get getting back into it soon, and I'm just like, I just want to do more role playing. But I kind of want to start more characters and do different things. I'm just like, I don't really have the opportunity to do that, but you know,
Well, don't you worry, Top, because luckily one of the good things about having long breaks is that you get to come up with all kinds of different ideas. And
I know.
oh, have I come up with so many great ideas for you all.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That
don't you
doesn't
worry.
sound
I know
good.
exactly what's happening when we start back in.
Awesome. That's gonna be
Yeah,
fun. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think I've spoken to you since the last time I played D&D with my
Yeah, I
other
don't think so,
group.
man. Yeah.
Um, and when we were playing last time, we
Mhm.
had what was it? Whose character was it? It was Will's
It was
character.
Will,
So
yeah. It
he,
was
he
Corin.
yeah, Corin. He pacified the hill giant by talking to it.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to come up against a hill giant, and I was like, "I've chosen giant as my language." Pacified it. My friend was like, "Okay, he's gonna smash your skull," and I was like, "I'm gonna talk to him first." He's like,
Yeah, man.
"You can't do that." I was like, "I speak giant. I can do that." He was like, "I'm so mad about this," and then he was like, "Oh, okay, try and persuade him." Said some things. He's like, okay, make a persuasion check, like an opposed persuasion check. He rolled. He's like, this is going to be tough to beat. I rolled a natural 20. He's like, the giant goes away. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah. It's a riot. Like when things don't go according to plan, and just like, well, something just came up out of nowhere. But like, I'd have completely forgotten to try and like speak to the giant in any way had that not happened in the other campaign. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh my
man.
God.
See, it's
Genius.
perfect.
I
See,
know.
D&D coming together.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. What have you been enjoying recently, like watching and stuff? Like
Oh man. Enjoying. Well, there's just the general, like Rooster Teeth YouTube stuff, and
Yeah.
when I say Rooster Teeth, I mean all of Rooster Teeth. Um, there's always that. Some animes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some animus. I've been watching.
Uh-huh. I'm
Um,
not so up on my anime right now. Or I haven't been for a long time. I'm like,
oh yeah.
anime. I used to watch a whole bunch, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. I watched like Trigun, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, and
Yeah.
a few others. I can't remember them right now.
Mhm.
Claymore as well. That sticks out. 'Cause
Yeah.
Claymore's like my favorite. Anyway, it's just it's also just ridiculous. I made a reference to it yesterday as well that I just didn't know I had in my brain. It's like that's a reference. Like where did that reference come from? But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. In my opinion, the best one of this season is currently Erased, and
Okay.
it's kind of like a quasi time travel story, but it's not like the person is like consistently and constantly traveling through time, nor is it like very highly controllable.
Uh-huh.
And it's in very controlled bursts. It's well, not controlled as in like he controls it, but it's in very controlled bursts.
Yeah.
So the story isn't always happening because of time. But it's interesting. And it's very kind of like a mystery thriller as well. And yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's definitely the best in my opinion, of this season. But
Okay.
yeah.
I've heard good things about One Punch Man as well. Like,
Oh well,
was like,
well yes,
One
One
Punch
Punch
Man!
Man is
It's
just
like,
amazing.
okay.
Have you watched any of it?
No, I haven't seen any of it. I'm
Oh,
just like,
you have
I
to.
really want to. Everyone's like,
Yeah, you have to.
raving
It's
about
great.
it. I'm just like,
Yeah. It's just a lot of fun. Like that's
Yeah.
just like the one thing is that it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
One Punch
Oh,
Man.
yeah. I think recently from Rooster Teeth on the spot has been the most fun as well.
Yeah.
It's like it's easily my favorite show.
Yeah, they got
And-
Colton Dunn back, man.
Yeah, that was so funny this week. Like he just kept promoting things, and then it all got a bit racist at one point, and it was just like this is ridiculous, but it's so hilariously funny.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, it was particularly excellent, I'd say. But yeah, what other things have been going on? Yeah,
Ooh.
what have you been playing? Like, have you been
Oh,
playing anything
okay.
like personally or?
What have I been playing? Well, Top, there is always Dark Souls.
Ah, yeah. Dark Souls.
Yeah, but with me, I tend to nowadays I'm just spending my time invading, just because I don't know, it's for me it's the most interesting part now, just because it consistently and constantly brings challenge,
Yeah.
because you never know what you're gonna get, and yeah, I really do love invading. So now I stay in Anne Orlando in between the bonfire. After you go up the stairway and
Yeah.
like in between that and the Chamber of the Princess, and I just invade there. I'm level 44, so I can invade all the way down to 40 and infinitely upwards, and I just
Oh,
stay there
that's like
and
the best
invade everyone.
place. Is that the bit in between, like after you've gone through the silver arches and gone down?
Yeah,
The bonfire, like where you've got the big hall,
yeah. So
and it stops
it's
people
with
going into Ornstein and smoke.
yeah. So I invade. I generally start. I generally just stay. Generally just stay right where those big giant guys are, the guard giants.
Yeah.
And so that way I can invade in that whole area of Anorlando, and then I can also go out that big like gate that you open up, and
Yeah.
I can invade out there as well if I just take a step out. so
Nice.
so I can invade both ways, and it really helps things. But yeah, you get some interesting characters. It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun for me.
Cool.
Aside from that, I have been playing some Dark Souls 2 with Emma as well.
Ah.
That's a new thing that we have been doing, and it's interesting. I know some people like Dark Souls 2 better. I know some people like Dark Souls 1 better.
Mhm.
I find myself in the camp of Dark Souls 1.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
Although I do like how fast your character is in Dark Souls 2. Like you actually, when you run, you feel like you're running, which I
Yeah.
love. Because when you run in Dark Souls 1, you don't want to feel like you're running. You feel like you're kind of doing like a fast jog.
Yeah.
um,
Unless you're playing
but
like the super lightest class.
yeah. Like if you don't have anything on. But I will say that I really like rolling in Dark 1 a lot more.
Yeah.
When I roll in Dark Souls 2, I don't feel like I have any iframes, but that may be because I just found out about agility like 2 days ago, and where I'm like level 100 in Dark Souls 2. So I was like I did not know that you could like, cuz I don't know, cuz I thought that just like in Dark Souls 1, your iframes were linked to
Your
your
agility stuff.
yeah, it was I thought it was linked to your like carrying weight, but it's not. It's linked to like your adaptability slash your whatever the thing is to get more spell slots. But it's not. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, oh damn, now I have to add more into adaptability, and I didn't know that. So yeah,
Ah, fair enough.
yeah.
I finished Fallout 4 this morning,
Did you?
and I was like, oh, interesting. Interesting. Like, it's the resolution I kind of wanted, but not the complete resolution I wanted.
Yeah,
Because, yeah, when you're going through, there's like there's a bunch of different options and factions you can side with. And I wanted to side with one of the factions and try and do it peacefully, but it didn't really seem to be on the cards.
yeah,
So, yeah, I wish it could have been solved the way I wanted, and there was no options to warn people at certain points as well. So
yeah,
you've got a bunch of the faction heads, and one says, "Oh, I want you to eliminate this one." There was no real way to be like to go along and be like, "Oh, I want this. This other person's told me to dismantle your organization,"
yeah,
and I'd prefer that to be able to go tell them and then say, "Oh, what can we do with this?" Rather than it be the last mission of the game or like a bunch of last missions that all tie together. You'll fail some and succeed in others. It would be nice to say, "Oh yeah, I'm working with this person. Let's try and work for a resolution to bring everything together."
yeah.
It just felt, I don't know. I want to say it felt linear, but giving me 4 different options to end the game, it can't really be linear.
I mean, it sounds like the age old problem of games where they give you a choice, but
Uh-huh.
it's really often the same choice that looks like every choice is really the same choice that just
Yeah.
looks differently,
Hmm.
and that's why you can never really branch too far out of that like path, because
Yeah.
otherwise you wouldn't be going to the choice that they have set in for you, which makes sense because it's coding, right? So
Yeah.
you really can't break from the code because the game will not work.
Yeah.
And so if they have too many possibilities, it's too complicated and so on and so forth. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's unfortunate.
I think that's one of the things that I enjoyed about The Last of Us. Like, I
Yeah.
despise the ending of that game.
I completely
I
agree with you.
do not like the ending of the game,
Yeah.
but it is fixed. The character does this. It makes sense for the character to do this.
Yeah.
It gives a, I don't know, a refreshing perspective of a game developer going, "You are not this character. This character is completely independent of you. But you've been piloting them through the game, and you might not agree with them. In this case, I completely don't agree with what happened at the end of The Last of Us. And so I was like, but this isn't what I want. But you have to appreciate the fact that at the end of The Last of Us, they were just like, this is how the game's ending. And
Yeah.
that's
because it never pretends to give you that choice.
No.
And when games pretend to give you a choice, you are under the impression that you have the choice.
I tried to walk away. Nope. I tried to do other things.
Yep.
And I was like, is the only ending to this game through this room? And yeah, it was a difficult. I don't know. That was a difficult ending of a game to deal with.
Do you know what other game did that, Top?
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood did that.
Yes. Also, Fallout 3, Top.
Oh yeah,
Fallout 3 did the exact same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Fallout 3.
You have to go into this room and you have to do a thing.
Yep.
You can't send your super mutant companion in to do it.
Nope.
You can't do that.
Has to be you.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And if you haven't been paying attention the whole way through the game, you won't know that it's from the specific part of the Bible.
Yep.
What is it? Revelations 21:6?
I don't remember anymore. It's been too long.
It's like the first thing you see in game as well.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Anyway, I think I've been rambling for far too long now.
That's okay.
And so, yeah. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Kelly, for being my guest yet again.
Of course. My pleasure.
And where can we find the GGG and yourself across the internet?
Ooh, okay. All right. So I am KillerKel on the RT website. Aside from that, if you ever are interested in the Good Guy Gamers, you should go to thegoodguygamers.com. It is a website we currently constantly have in development, but it is there. Or you can check us out on Rooster Teeth, and we're there too, Good Guy Gamers. You can tweet at us, good_guy_gamers. We're there as well. We're on Facebook. We have a Steam group, all kinds of different shit. Or you can just message me and I will be there. But you should also check out Big Bite because those people are really, really awesome.
Yeah.
I love being a part of it and they are so cool. And we're going to have an issue coming out in a few days as of this recording. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, like I said, thank you very much for being my guest. And thank you everyone for listening.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye.